Welcome to Chapter 3. This is Lesson 1 in Chapter 3. Within this lesson, what we're going to start off and what we will be covering are a few things that are related to the current landscape of a culinary professional. We will start off by focusing on three specific areas: the culinary workforce, and within the culinary workforce, we're going to talk about how the culinary workforce started. We're going to talk about the pay. We're also going to touch on personal chefing. We're going to take a look at non-traditional personal chefing versus traditional chefing. And then we're also going to touch on meal kits and delivery. Excuse me. I know that meal kits and delivery have become a big fad when it comes to culinary professionals, but we're going to touch on the economics of meal kit and meal delivery and how they are not going to be economical and they will not be sustainable for long-term sustainability and for long-term growth. So let's go ahead and dive into the current landscape. So the current landscape of the workforce. Now everybody knows that working in kitchens, you're working long hours, 60 plus, you're working minimum wage where you're making anywhere from $8 to $20 an hour, and there's no stability and there's no long-term exit plan. Now, let me explain to you and break down why culinary schools were never designed for growth and stability. The first school was founded and dedicated to the culinary arts in the late 1800s. It wasn't until 1940 did the concept of culinary education make it to the masses. Enrollment in culinary schools increased after the post-war period due to a booming economy and has remained popular ever since. So as you can see, this curriculum was always designed for you to be part of a workforce. But don't worry, because I'm going to equip you to be able to take your skill set and break the ceilings of what was once designed for culinary professionals to be just a part of the workforce. So let's dive in to non-traditional versus traditional chefing. So traditional personal chefing, once again, as a traditional personal chef, what you're looking for are pretty much wealthy families that have a high level of earning or income. You're looking to be either a live-in chef or you're looking to be a chef that you're working regularly scheduled and it's enough to where you can pick up also another gig or have an additional customer. But the current breakdown right now for the traditional chefing is you have your meal planning, your grocery shoppings, you're maxing out at 2 customers a month, and then you have your travel. The problem with this is there's no repeatable systems for scale, which means you can't physically work more than 2 customers at one time based upon the traditional personal chefing setup and the way that it has been ran now. There's no sustainable or long-term growth unless a family takes you in and you end up working with that family for the entirety of this family that's going to be around. But once again, you're not going to account for vacations. You have to account for once the kids get older, or you just have to account for if you just cycle out with that family. And as a personal chef, we know that that does happen. It's very rare that a chef will stay with the family for its entirety of his career. So what's the difference between non-traditional chefing versus the Pocket Chef's blueprint personal chefing? So let me break it down. Starting off, you'll be working anywhere from 20 to 27 hours a week. Our sessions are 2-hour sessions. There's no kitchen overhead, so you're not going to have to worry about purchasing food, storing food, and you don't have to worry about perishables or money lost on perishables. You're going to start off by making $49 to $75 an hour, and with this system, you will have unlimited earning potential. And not to mention, you don't have to worry about the grocery shopping. So you're going to eliminate that as one last thing to do, as one last task that you have to do when it comes to the standard way of personal chefing. So in comparing and contrast to what we're setting up, I'm building this picture and I'm building this perspective to show you that you have to start wrapping your mind around the efficiencies of what this business model is going to bring and allow you to do. So as we continue to move through the culinary workforce, I just want you to continuously start to renew your mind and to allow your mind to start being open to this new process that you're going to be mastering, that you will be learning, that's going to bring you that financial independency, that stability, and the freedom that you've been looking for. So let's go ahead and move on as we talk about meal prep / meal delivery. Now, most culinary professionals, before they go to personal chefing, they look to do meal delivery / meal prep, where they are either making the meals and they're delivering to the home, or they have a service where people come by and pick up the pre-made meals. One of the things that we're going to touch on throughout this whole curriculum are the economics. And I'm going to be able to show you and pinpoint to you why the economics will eventually work against you. But starting off, I want to talk about the economics of meal prep / meal delivery. Some of the key economics that you're going to have to take into cost no matter what every single month. Kitchen overhead space, perishables / food waste, food storage, delivery, and as you continue to scale, you will need labor costs. Now I know, once we start out and we start getting clients, it seems like things are going great and it seems like the economics are going to be able to work. But I want to show you one of, if not the biggest food delivery / meal prep company that had a very hard time making the economics work. So starting out, before Blue Apron went IPO, they raised $300 million. They spent $144 million on marketing alone. The problem was with Blue Apron was the supply chain, logistics, and manufacturing. The operations were just not able to come to a break even when it came to the economics of what it was going to cost to be able to get the boxes of food or the prepackaged food out to people. So as you can see, this is one company that has struggled with trying to reduce the unit costs to the lowest level possible and still has not been able to succeed with reducing the costs. And with that, it's caused them to lose hundreds of millions of dollars. And this is at scale. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at a company that's been able to take unlimited amount of money to grow a company to scale. And we're looking at you just getting started and building out your system and your processes when it comes to meal delivery and trying to get your costs down to scale. You're going to have to really look at the economics if you're going to choose to go down this route and realize at the low level and the high level and in between, it's been tried over and over again, and the economics just don't seem to optimize out where it makes sense with the supply chain. So one of the things that we're going to focus on, and one of the things that I want you to remember as you are shifting your mindset, is that the goal when starting a business and sustaining a business is to have a low overhead. What is overhead? So overhead means instead of the cost of supporting products and production, service and delivery, or sales activity, money goes towards things that don't necessarily make you money, but you need those things to make the business run. And that's a very, very hard way to sustain a business, as you can see through Blue Apron, where the economics of their overhead was going to trying to secure their supply chain and bring their costs down for the economics. It was even once said that Blue Apron was spending upwards to $400 to actually acquire a customer, which they weren't even making $400 off of a customer box. So as we continue to go deeper into what you will come to understand as the business model that we found that has been sustainable, we will dive deeper into next we will go deeper into the Pocket Chef's blueprint model, which will be lesson number 2. And we will be covering what it is that works, how it works, and why we believe it's going to work for you. So with that being said, I'm excited to go ahead and get down into the dirt and to the weeds, and I will see you over at lesson 2 as we cover the Pocket Chef's blueprint business model.